what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel Mayta What Ifs. Today I am back with a new story. The name of this story is What If Naruto Was the Strongest? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story. Now before continuing, this shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to Jimmy Daisitais for suggesting this idea. Now moving onwards, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Apollo Uchiha channel as well. And by the way, there is a short movie there. If you haven't checked it out already, make sure you do so. As without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato on October 10th in nighttime. As we see, it was supposed to be a peaceful night in the village, but it turned out to be their worst nightmare when the strongest Biju in the elemental nation that was supposed to be sealed away within their Jinchuriki was descended upon them out of thin air and gave them little to no chance to evacuate. As soon as the Biju arrived, a Biju Dama was fired at the outer skirts. It was acting like a rampant monster, screeching and filling the air with its killer intent. As the civilians who were within the vicinity of the attack got eradicated and killed, as huge rubble and debris buried them down, while the shinobis were trying their best to evacuate the civilians as well as form a line of defense at the front gates under the leadership of Hiruzen Sarutobi himself. All the while, one question in their mind: where was their leader, Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, and how in the hell did he allow this to happen? As now we see, on the other side, Minato was fighting a battle of his own. Because far away from the current battle site, Minato and a masked person was involved in a taijutsu battle, as Minato was able to land a blow on the masked person, injuring him after using the Hairishin and his prized jutsu, the Rasengan. As the masked person then made him realize what he was missing out. Look behind you, Minato. Are you sure you want to continue? What? As Minato's gaze fell from the masked person to behind him, where he saw the Kyuubi causing destruction and havoc as flames were rising from the outer skirts. Oh no, Minato said as his eyes widened. Yes, now it is up to you to decide what you wish to do. As taking his chance, before Minato could reply, the masked person escaped because he was injured. As Minato was in deep thought, before he disappeared and arrived at a safe location, where he found his wife and child. Kushina, the Kyuubi is causing rampage, Minato. Have you found a way to stop it? Unfortunately, I have a way. What do you mean, unfortunately? I'm going to use the Hakai Fuyin to Reaper that seal. But that would kill you. Your soul will be forever with Shinigami. You will never find peace, even in afterlife. A price I'm ready to pay for the sake of our village, for sake of you and our child. No, you can't be serious. You're going to seal the Kyuubi inside Naruto? Yes, that is the only way. That is the only solution we have. Damn it all. As now we see, Minato picked up his child as he arrived at the battlefield. As soon as he did, he prepared an altar where Naruto was being prepared for the seal. But before he could do that, the Kyuubi was broken out of the stupor as he began to notice what was going on. What? I won't be allowed to be sealed once more, as the Kyuubi dashed and charged towards Minato and the said baby. But that is when something unexpected happened. Suddenly Naruto's eyes were opened, and from blue eyes they turned to bright, scorching hot red before two red lights were fired from it. As they were so hot that Minato, being near it, felt that his clothes were almost burnt, and skin began to melt as well, as the Kyuubi was flung into the air far away. Taking this chance, Hiruzen arrived near Minato. Minato, how did that? I think it was Naruto, he said, looking towards where the burn marks were on his body and how his clothes were melted because of the heat. Your son? Yes. Minato, no time to dilly-dally. We have to seal the Biju within. What are you going to use to seal the Biju? The Reaper that? No, I have a better way. And seeing what your son was capable of doing just after being born to the Kyuubi, I think it would be wise to make sure that he holds the whole Biju. As after making a few hand seals, a huge seal matrix appeared as Hiruzen then casted the Biju to be sealed within Naruto completely, saving everyone. As now we see, Minato was watching in shock that Hiruzen was the one who stopped the Biju and not him. But not only that, he was able to live through the night, something that he didn't bat upon on doing so. As that is when Kushina rushed over to him. Minato, Naruto, you're both okay. Everything worked out. Thank you, Hiruzen-sama, said Minato as he hugged his wife, as both of them picked up their child as well. But what happened here? It needs to be settled. But before that, we need to settle with the village. Alright, man. I will be watching over this, Minato. You go and rest. We have a job to do. Hokage-sama has ordered us to go out and gather those who have injured and bring them to hospital and make sure those who are buried underneath or are dead are found for proper treatment or burial. We don't have much time to waste. Now move along. And so, we see Minato and Kushina rushed back where they were treated, and after that, Minato halted a doctor. Listen to me, Doctor-sama. What is it, Hokage-sama? I have a request. Anything. Can you... I know how the situation is, but can you do a bloodline test on my child to determine if he has a Kekkei or not? Yes. Anything. Anything according to chakra, whatnot. I want to find out everything. Alright, but it might take a week because of the destruction that has happened for me to conduct a report. Everything will be fine. By then, you may go and do that. As after taking a blood sample from Naruto, we see that the doctor left, and for a week the debris were cleared out and the reconstruction was underway, and not only that, the burial was held. As after that, at the burial, we see Minato, who was attending as the Kage, was brought to a separate side by Hiruzen in seclusion. Look, Minato, I was able to buy you as much time as I could, but the council, they have found out about your child, and they want to know how he was able to do that. What we all, as Jonins, legends, couldn't, in their words, how a child was who was just born a few days ago capable of doing at the time. I don't know. I have asked a doctor to conduct a test. The reports will be given to me today. I'm just waiting on them. As after the funeral, Minato returned home only to find the doctor there. Oh, Hokage-sama. I knew you would be at funeral, so I thought I would wait here. I see. Thank you, doctor. So, have you gotten the reports? Yes, here they are. As after the reports were given, we see that the doctor walked away. As soon as Minato went inside and opened the reports, he was found quite shocked. Turns out his son had some sort of Kekkei, but everything was blank. Only the Kekkei indicator that one had or not had a Kekkei was checked out. What does this mean? As a note was written down, I'm sorry to say this, Hokage-sama, but all I can do is tell you through this note that whatever your child has is quite unique and different, and I'm afraid we don't have any records or data to match with it. Meaning it's a brand new Kekkei we're seeing for the first time. As after that, he saw what his son had. His son had, turns out, quite a lot of potential that will be unlocked in the future. As Minato was called by the council as an Anbu arrived to take him there. As Minato arrived there, and the council meeting began. I would like to ask a question first, said Danzo as he stood up, because there was a silence in the room that was so heavy that he broke through it with his cold, gruff voice. I wish to ask who is the new Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko. Hiruzen-sama placed the Kyuubi inside my son. So your son has become the new Kyuubi's Jinchuriki? Yes. I have also heard a rumor, Minato, said Danzo again, that someone saw... Mind me correcting my words. Many of the people there saw your son, eyes turning red, and some sort of rays firing through them that flung the Kyuubi so far away from the village itself. A feat that not even Hashirama-sama was capable of doing was done by a boy who was born a few hours ago at the time. Yes, that is true. As everyone began to murmur with shock that how such a potential was within a child. Kyubi no Yoko was no joke, and the funeral that they held was a grand funeral. More than 250 people have died, civilians and shinobi alike, and that was no joke. So let me get this straight. Your child who was just born was capable of doing that. I request the whole esteemed council that the child's training should be put under my watch, because that child has extreme potential, and if not watched carefully, he could either turn out to be a great threat or a great ally. As murmurs of agreement began to occur, as Hiruzen then stood up and said, "Listen," as everyone looked towards him. "For what I can tell, Minato and Kushina would do a great job. Obviously, it is their first child, but they are the child's parents. And he is a clan heir. And not to mention, what he has is a potential Kekigenkai, or a bloodline limit. Something we can't pass up on. And if he is given to you, what will happen of the Kyubi? Kyubi's Jinchuriki needs emotion, and as we have known from Danzo's past teachings, he disregards one's emotions, making them into complete tools, something that we can't have done with our Jinchuriki. What do you think will happen when Naruto becomes blank and Kyubi is there, filling his head with thoughts? If anything, he will become Kyubi's puppet, and then there will be nothing more than chaos and destruction everywhere. Is that something you want? Finish what the Kyubi started." No, as everyone agreed to Hiruzen's evaluation as well. As Minato didn't like this one bit. His son was being talked right in front of him, and yet he was to stay out because he knew Hiruzen-sama would handle this. Before the meeting, he said so himself. As that is when Minato stood up and said, "I, as the Kage, agree with Hiruzen-sama. And as a father, if any one of you dare to lay a single finger on my son, I will go to war with them. To hell with being a Kage of the village that I risked my family into saving, and the reward that I get is you all trying to take my child away? Fine, even if I am to agree, or you force me to agree, what will you do with Kushina? As soon as she is up on her feet, she will literally maul you all. Is that something you want? The Red Death of Konoha at your throats?" As Tizumi laughed, as the Inuzuka clan head then stood up and said, "I agree with Minato. Now that is a girl you don't want to pick up fight with. She will literally maul you. Fugaku over here is a great example." As Fugaku Uchiha glared at the Inuzuka clan head as he stood up. As much as I hate to admit it, that in itself is true. Uzumaki-san, let's just say, has a tendency of holding grudges to an extreme level. Way too much extreme level. As everyone felt shiver down their spines because they knew if they went against Minato or Kushina, yep, there will be nothing more than hell waiting for them. "So good luck to you, Danzo," said Hiruzen, "if you are trying or aiming to get Naruto to your side. Something that I won't let you do. While on the other side we see..." That is when Danzo asked the third question and the final. "Now I would like to ask the most important question that the whole council meeting was held about. Now, answer us, Minato, with all honesty. How did this happen?" There was an Uchiha, a Mars person. I'm not blaming anyone from the Uchiha clan, but he claimed to be Madara Uchiha, and many of you saw the shining gun in the eyes, right, of the Kyubi. Now that you say it, there was. As Fugaku again stood up and said, "My clan was not involved in this, Minato. I'm not trying to frame you, Fugaku, or your clan. What I'm saying is the truth. Someone from the Uchiha clan, or an Uchiha who has gone rogue, is the one behind..." I'm sorry to cut you, Hokage-sama, but with all due respect, my clan has nothing to do with this, and neither do I. Every of the Uchihas that we have is currently registered. There is no Uchiha missing. As murmurs begin to erupt in the council. Fugaku, I'm not trying to threaten you and your clan. I'm just stating the obvious. There was an Uchiha who has done this, claiming to be Madara. I fought with him when I was absent from the battlefield. As after that, Fugaku settled down, and Danzo now had other plans as he settled down as well. As the meeting came to an end, we see that Minato and Kushina settled, as both of them talked. So how did the meeting go? It went as you expected, Kushina. They were, well, demanding Naruto. Demanding? What do you mean by that, Minato? How could anyone demand my son? I will literally rip them apart if they even think of harming him. That is what I told them. And you know what they did? They backed the fuck off. As they should. As after that we see, Kushina looked towards her child, who was resting. He's our little Naruto, right? Our sunshine. He will grow up to be healthy and strong. Strong he will be. That is quite obvious. What do you mean by that, Minato? Look here. As a note was given to Kushina. As she opened the note and read it, it was a file in which it was written that Naruto possessed a new Kekkei that has been never seen or heard before. Minato, this could mean, yes, this could mean that Naruto could potentially become quite strong enough that he might not be challenged by even the Kages or the Elemental Nation. That is good. Our son will be able to survive in this accursed world. As after that, time began to pass by, as Naruto began to grow up. As now we see a 5-year-old Naruto who was walking at night after ditching his parents in a party that was being held at their home. As he bumped into a girl who was crying there. She had blue hair and white eyes. It was Hinata Hyuga. As Naruto arrived there, "Hey, why are you crying?" I was left behind here." "By who?" By my attendant. He said that he will come and get me." "How long ago?" A few hours have gone by." I see. What's your name?" "Hinata Hyuga." "My name's Naruto, Hinata, by the way." I see." As Hinata was still wiping tears away, "How about I help you?" "Help me?" "Yes. You're from the Hyuga clan, right?" "Maybe we can go there." "No, we were going to a party at the Hokage-sama's house, and he forgot something at home. While my parents left, I was told to wait here." "Alright, you can come with me. I know where that is." As soon as they were about to leave, we see some people watching them from the shadows, as they moved as well. As Naruto picked that up, as he immediately bolted his head towards that direction. What is it?" "Nothing. Nothing at all. Target in sight. Going in." As Naruto heard this, as he paused, "Hinata, duck!" As Hinata did so, as a man arrived, trying to tackle Naruto, but before he could, Naruto grabbed him and slammed him to the ground like he was nothing more than a twig. As Naruto witnessed that a few others arrived as well and surrounded them. As Naruto's eyes narrowed. You think you're quite hot shit, kid? Well, tough luck. You're facing the best squad from Eva." "Eva? Eva Gakure? Damn it, you asshole. We were not supposed to tell. The brat is going to die anyway. Brat and the girl. Who says that we're gonna kill the girl? We must take her with us." "I mean, our village do needs a new dojutsu and all." As Naruto's eyes narrowed, as Hinata was fearful. As Naruto then said, "Hinata, stand behind me." And so, Naruto was attacked and jumped by them. But something interesting happened. Time seemed to slow and stop for Naruto as Naruto moved, freeing himself from Hinata, who was grabbing him from behind. And then he literally just stabbed and punched each and every one of them, and then stood where Hinata was. And surely enough, the time resumed, as all of them who were jumping forward towards them from the circle were flung back into different trees, causing huge commotion. As shinobis and anbus were alerted, and they soon discovered the Eva team that was there, as Naruto was standing there defiantly in defense of Hinata. Contact Hokage-sama and Hyuga Hiyashi-sama, as both of the clan leaders arrived there immediately, and the Hokage. As soon as they arrived, they witnessed their children there. "Hinata, what is going on? Where is Ko?" Ko told me that he has something left behind, and he told me that I need to wait here." "Wait here? Why would he do that?" I don't know. He said it would take only 5 minutes, and I said okay." "I see. So, how long have you been waiting?" "Almost an hour or so." Something is odd. How about we go home for the time being?" "I thank you, Hokage-sama. I thank you as well, Anbo-san, for saving my daughter. It was not us. It was Naruto, Hokage-sama's son. He's the one who take care of them. As everyone looked towards Naruto, who was smiling ear to ear. See you later, Hinata-chan. As after that, Naruto was bonked on the head by his father, as he then said, "Sorry about that. I'll leave. I'll take my son back home and clean them up and gather them so we can interrogate them later." As soon enough, Hiyashi returned, and he made sure that his daughter was asleep, who was now shaking with fever because of her standing in the cold. As on the other side, Ko was found, and it was turned out that he had an agreement with the Iwa Shinobis. After taking the payment, he was to deliver Hinata there to them, and the opening was given. If it wasn't for Naruto, she would have been taken. Execute him. No, please, please, Hiyashi-sama, forgive me. Execute him before I execute myself. Execute him myself. As after that we see Kyo was dragged away from there, and soon enough, Hiyashi knew that he needs to talk with Minato. Next day, he arrived at the Hokage office. So, I get it, I'm fine with that, but why are you not leaving? You want something more, don't you? Yes, I want a marriage contract to be established between my daughter and your son. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Your son has saved my daughter, and not only that, he has stood his ground as well. I agree to the meeting that has been held before. Your son really is special, and I want to make sure that my child gets what she wants. And because of that, I will make sure that she is married to your son, because I can see it in her eyes. She holds feelings for that boy. I see, but you can talk this with Kushina, can't you? You do know that my wife was a good friend of your wife, right? So I guess Kushina-san would agree regardless. And besides, we at one point have been comrades and batchmates as well, Minato. Or have you forgotten, old friend? Said Hiyashi with a smile on his face that were rarely ever there. Ah, damn it. Fine. Fine, I agree to this. As after Hiyashi left, he then remembered, oh dang, I didn't tell or consult this with Kushina. As back at home, Kushina was mad at her husband. As now we see her husband was on her knees and looking down while Kushina was standing in front of him with narrowed eyes as her hair was flying everywhere. As her gaze was dangerous. Tadaima, as Naruto paused in his way as he stopped there. Ka-chan, what is going on here? Where were you, Naruto? Where have you been? I was just playing in the park nearby, and there were these girls who were being bullied, and I kind of, stepped in. Bullied? That is my baby boy. Always looking out for the others, said Kushina as she, forgetting her rage, was quite happy. As Minato then said, I'm proud of you, son. You, sit back down. Yes, ma'am. And then he realized that his wife was still pissed at him and not at Naruto. So, yep, he wasn't allowed to move yet. As after that incident we see, the next day Minato returned after a lot of, asking for forgiveness from his wife and didn't want it. And a lot of threats that he denied of going to the couch. As another person was standing there. It was Inoichi Yamanaka. Oh, not again. Was it your daughter that my son saved? Yes. And my daughter is speaking about your son. Each and every word. Naruto this, Naruto that. As much as it pains me, but I have to do this. Your son better take care of my daughter. You hear me? Namikaze, I'll butcher you down, skinning you alive, you and your son. As now we see, Minato had a sweat drop on his face. Overprotective much? Fine, I'll make sure, okay? Just leave me alone. I need to work. Make sure you agree to this. Wait, hold on. Wait. I don't have time for this. What is it? Can you talk about this with Kushina? My wife has gone there and talked already with your wife. She said that she will come and see you in the evening. Oh no. As in the evening, an angry Kushina was there again. But this time, she made sure that Minato realized as there was a red handprint on his face. I'm sorry, Kushi-chan, I did not knew. Well, our son is kind-hearted, so it was obvious that he was to attract attention, but of the two prominent clans, such as the Hyuga as well as the Yamanakas, that is quite quite something, right? Said Minato. Well, Hitomi and Miss Yamanaka was my friend, so I can't deny them. So wait, you're gonna put our son into CRA? Of course, he's the only male of the Uzumaki blood. Obviously, he has to go and create a clan. I want a lot of grandbabies. So, in my books, if I train the both of them, it will be okay because I need strong and virtuous women for my son. You training the girls. A full Konoichi team set. That's an idea, Kushina. How about you become a Konoichi sensei? You think so? Yes. All that is left is one child more. Wait, what? Aren't you happy that there are only two? No, I think Naruto needs one more. And so she went to her trusted best friend, Mikoto Uchiha, who had twins, same as her. As currently she was babying Itachi Uchiha, who has grown somewhat, but still, he was young baby boy. As Sasuke and Satsuki, who were twins born after Itachi, were there as well, as they were also being babied by Kushina. As Fugaku then said, Uzumaki-san, please stop embarrassing my children. Shut up, Fugaku. Go screw yourself something. As Fugaku had a tick mark on his head after that, as Mikoto chuckled. Enough of this. Yes, enough of this. Anata, you have a job to attend to, so please leave, said Mikoto with a serious expression. Yes, ma'am. As Fugaku, not ready to piss his wife, left, as Itachi realized that his father was afraid of his mother when she tended to get serious, and that was quite rare. As that is when Kushina told her about everything. As Mikoto chuckled and squealed, you know about what we promised, right? When we were kids. Yes, that we will wed our children. But I don't have a daughter, so sorry, Tachi-kun. Sasuke-kun. Huh? What is a marriage, mother? Said Sasuke, who was currently eating tomatoes. Is it delicious? Oh, Sasuke, said Itachi. Why don't you, Basan and Kachan talk while me and Sasuke can go? Satsuki, you can sit with Kachan, right? Hi. As after both of the boys left, we see that the 5-year-old Satsuki was there. Have you met with Naruto? Naruto? Yes. He's going to be your husband soon. Wait, what? Said Kushina. You're agreeing to this? I promised you, didn't I? But we were kids back then. So what? I'm aiming to fulfill that promise, or are you backing out on me, Kushi-chan? She said with a sweet smile that wasn't so sweet but threatening. No, not at all, Mikoto-chan. So, it was finaled, and soon 3 years later, Naruto was added to the academy. Not that he wanted to go there, but his parents wanted him to have a normal life, somewhat that he couldn't have. And over the course of 3 years, Naruto has developed some more things, and that was that his body has grown so stronger because of the contest continuously being under the sun that his skin was basically impenetrable. That so much so that his father accidentally threw a kunai at him once and it literally broke. As after that, his parents tried to stab him multiple times, but it didn't work. Naruto only felt ticklish, as much as it was quite threatening, and some of the Anbus passed out because of that. Bunch of parents stabbing their own kids was quite disturbing, but because of that. But Naruto didn't hurt anywhere, or if in fact anybody did, it was the kunais who broke. And not only that, Naruto was capable of taking huge leaps of jumps when he could. And he has grown so strong that he at one point was able to lift up huge boulders from the ground and even pull out trees like they were a bunch of pluckable plants from the ground as well. His strength was increasing. One punch from him was capable of causing huge cracks in huge boulders. But Naruto's strength was increasing ever so more and growing up as well. As Naruto was currently in class, next to him was Satsuki Uchiha and Hinata Yuga, and behind him was Ino Yamanaka. As they were currently studying, Satsuki-chan, can you let go of my arm? You too, Hinata-chan. No. Ask the Uchiha to back off first, Naruto-kun. No, I'm not gonna back off, Yuga. He's mine. What? I'm not anyone's. I'm my own self. You don't understand, Naruto. Curse you and your denseness sometimes. But that is what I love about you, said Ino. As Naruto blushed after that. As now we see, time began to pass by in the academy, and soon as the academy ended, Naruto found himself in quite a predicament. Currently, he was being pulled by a set of three girls, while on the other side was Sasuke as well as Sai, his own teammates, and his sensei Kakashi, while his mother was watching this with pride. Kushina-sama, what is it, Kakashi? Can you ask your Genin squad to leave my Genin alone? I wish to go and train. Come on, leave it alone, Nason. We have to go and work. You can have your boyfriend back once we are done. What? What do you mean by that, Sasuke? Said Naruto with a smile on his face. Ah, this idiot. Of all the people you had to fall into love with, this one! As Kushina bent down and pinched his cheek. Now, Sasuke, that is no way. You also have a set of fangirls after you now. So be ready, boy, because you will soon have the same problems. As now we see, Sasuke literally gulped as Sai then said, well, it looks like Sasuke has turned much more paler than the white shade itself. Enough of this, let's go. As Naruto was being dragged away from the girls who were screeching as Kushina pulled them now to the side. And so, the Team 7 journey with Sai, Kakashi, Sasuke and Naruto began. They did the all-canon missions, but this time with a twist. While in the land of waves, Naruto literally grabbed the sword and broke it with his bare fist, causing Zabuza to literally fall into shock, so much so that he decided to abandon this because a boy was able to break a legendary blade with just grabbing it in mid-air while being flung at him with high speeds and then shatter it. So yeah, he was having enough of that and decided to leave. Because if he could do that to chakra metal, what he could do to human bones, he didn't want to find out. But once Garu decided to intervene, well, he did. Because right now he was in an ICU unit of the nearby village that was soon going to transfer him after recovering to blood prison for eternity, while the land of waves was saved as such. And after that, when the Chunin exams happened, let's just say Orochimaru tried and found out the hardest way that he was impenetrable as his teeth were broken. Literally so much that he was now without any teeth. Or fangs, you can say. As after that, Naruto, who was continuously growing, in the Chunin exam literally flicked Kiba and passed. And soon, in 1 month, Naruto found out he could fly, literally at higher speeds, as he was now currently standing outside of the earth itself, basking in the sunlight, feeling much more powerful than ever. As finally, after returning, we see that Naruto understood that he had to work very hard, and that is what he did. And 1 month passed, and as soon as it did, the Chunin exams finale happened. In the finals of the Chunin exams, we see that Naruto and Gaara were supposed to fight. Gaara was trying his best to attack Naruto, but no matter what he tried or did, it didn't work on Naruto. And Gaara was getting pissed so much so that Shikaku was unleashed, but Naruto was able to defeat Shikaku with a single blow of his breath that turned him into freezing sand. And before even the Konoha crush could begin, it ended because they realized that Konoha holds a monster. The news spread out so much because of Suna's defeat in a raid as well as surprise war against Konoha, that other grew wary of Konoha and this Naruto person who was able to take down one-tailed Biju with his breath, just breath. And the most fearful and the ones that were scared were the Akatsuki, so much so that they decided the first one they should take down should be Naruto. So they decided that he would be their target, but unbeknownst to them, once they arrived to scout out, Naruto was gone because his father, Sensei Jiraiya, has arrived to take him away. While being there, Naruto mastered the sage arts and Toad style as well. And once Naruto returned, he was a perfect Toad sage. And his friends, or girlfriends you can say, soon to be fiancé and wives, had grown as well. And they were waiting patiently for Naruto. Something else Naruto learned was that Danzo was found out conspiring against the Uchihas, and he was executed by Minato, alongside the other two elders, under the watchful eyes of Hiruzen Sarutobi, and the Uchihas were freed from all charges. But Jiraiya then revealed a dreadful news, and that was that the Akatsuki was looming over them, and their target might be the Bijus. And so, Naruto was targeted one night while he was returning after a date with Ino. And let's just say he beat the crap out of everyone and anyone and captured them, because no matter what they tried, even the almighty push was pushed back so far that let's just not ask that how much pain regretted using that attack, because right now his arms literally were shattered. His skin was peeled off from his bones and his bones were turning to ashes. There was nothing more left there to repair or attend to. He has been completely destroyed. His ego has been completely crushed. He claimed himself to be a god, and yet while facing one, he realized he was nothing more than a mere mortal with the powers that he could use to claim that he was one. As now we see, Otsutsuki's also realized through Zetsu that Naruto was beyond powerful. He had a Kekkei of a new sort, a sword that even the Otsutsukis have never seen. His power source was direct sun, something they couldn't get close to, something they couldn't even think or imagine of attain. How can you defeat someone who is powered by such power source? You can't. He had no weakness. They tried to find it over the course of years, but none was there. And soon he had his own spawns in their eyes, his children, and as they would grow, so would with this Kekkei. And soon it would be inevitable for them to just leave this planet and go somewhere else. A planet filled with chakra to no end, to such brim that they could be feasting upon it for an eternity or whatnot. But they had to abandon it in the end. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Bolo Jihad channel as well. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.